Fuck. Good afternoon, fellow YouTubers of the world. Hope everybody can hear me. Make sure my microphone's on. Make sure the volume's up all the way. Okay. Good afternoon, fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Arizona Cool Style. Starring I, your beautiful host. Why on earth is it not showing my camera? Huh. How come I can't turn on my camera now? Well, anyway. Microphone check. What's up, Diz? Can you hear me okay? Because I can't turn on my camera for some reason. It's blocked my camera here. Oh, okay. You could hear me, but you can't see me. Great. Because my camera is not coming on for some reason. I don't know why, but I keep pressing buttons. And it's not coming on. Okay. Anyway, like I said, this is my reflection area. This is a place where I express my opinion. And what I'm seeing right now and I'm seeing straight up the equivalent of a gangland mentality. That means as long as you're in our little clique, as long as you're in our little circle, as long as you're in our little thing, we're cool with you. We're good with you. We're we're decent with you. But when you're not in our little group, when you're not in our little clique, when you're not in our little circle, we don't like you, and we don't want nothing to do with you. It's like you have to agree with what everybody says, what everybody does, and blah, 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 blah. Well, here's what it is. Whatever happened to, I don't know, should I say, let's see if it'll allow me to turn my, nope, won't. But anyway, whatever happened to the, dare I say the word, individuality? Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to the word independent? Whatever happened to that? I mean, that's what a lot of people are turning into these days. It's like, well, they got their own little group, they got their own little people. And when you don't do things according to what they want, or according to what is quote unquote kosher, then they're like, you know what, we can't have you in our little group anymore, you're out. And therefore, when you're out of their little group, their little sect, their little thing, then they want to make you regret it. They want to do whatever they can to try and mentally just destroy you. Because you're not in their little circle, you're not in their little group, you're not in their little party anymore. Now, me personally, I used to be that way. I used to be a part of a group, be a part of a little community, little place, all that. But one day I decided to take it upon myself. And I decided yeah, exactly. But like I said, it's the gang mentality. Hold on. God damn it. There you go. Now I got it right. Okay, why the fuck did my chat just disappear? What the hell? Ah, that's why. Live chat. Oh. Sorry about that. I'm just sitting here pressing buttons and why is my chat still disappeared? I can't see my chat now. What the fuck? I see the highlighted messages, but I can't see my chat. Diz, if you're still in here, can you type, or are you typing, or what's going on? Because I can't see anything. Here, let me get out of here. There we go. Now I got my chat back. Jesus Christ, that scared the hell out of me. Now, see if I can. I'm just testing something out real quick, so I just want to see. Nope. They still won't let me turn on my camera, damn it. Well, I can't turn my camera on now. Well, it is what it is. But like I said, I'm just talking about the general gang-like mentality, like people. What's the matter? Did everybody leave? It's registering 0 people on here now. Diz, are you still here? Type in the chat if you are. Because, like I said, the counter's reading nobody in here now. Unless everybody left. I have no freaking clue what I just did. Oh, okay, you're here. Okay, cool. But like I said, I'm gonna just stash this for a little bit. But like I said, it's the gang-like mentality that is really just destroying YouTube and for what it is. See, YouTube is supposed to be an open platform for any YouTube creator, right? It's supposed to be an open platform for any YouTube creator. But yet, lately, it's been where, well, if you're not a part of any group, you're not going to get anywhere. If you're not a part of any clique, you're not going to be anything. Well, my question is, why is that? Why does it have to be the gangland mentality? when that's not what YouTube was created for. YouTube was created for an open platform to where you can feel free to create whatever you want to create without having to worry about being judged, without having to worry about being scrutinized, without having to worry about being criticized, being nitpicked at every little corner, at every little place. Because that's not the way, that's not the way YouTube should be. I understand that we all, it's typical, we fuss and fight with each other a lot. All over this platform. We do. It happens. People get into disagreements, get into fights, all that. That's, in my eyes, that's perfectly normal. There's nothing wrong with that. Seriously, there's nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing wrong with arguments. There's nothing wrong with disagreements. There's nothing wrong with, a little simple friction. I get it. I understand it. But when you turn it into something that it isn't, then that's when things get, should I say, complicated. Because, to me, it shouldn't matter where you come from or who you hang out with. What matters is that who you are as an individual, who you are as a person, who you are as a creator, as a person. That's the people that I want. Real people. The people that are real, not only with themselves, but with each other. Think about it. Anybody can instantly agree with somebody just for the sake of agreeing. Anybody could do that. Anybody could hang with somebody just for the sake of hanging with them. It's like, well, I'm going to hang around with this person because, I just feel like it. There's no real particular reason, no really particular rhyme. Just do it just to do it, and that's it. You just do it just to do it, right? But here's what a lot of people don't know. Yeah, I know you're real, Diz. Because you're here not because you want to. Not because you want to be here. You're not here because you want to be here, Diz. You're here because you chose to be here. You didn't have to be here. You didn't have to be in the chat. You didn't even have to wake up this morning. But you did because you chose to do that. It was your choice, your subconscious decision to do so. So, what's the problem, people? What is it? Why can't people have the freedom of choice and have the freedom of selection on where they want to go and where they don't want to go? Like, here's what it is. I'm going to use you as an example, and I apologize if I get out of hand. But I'm just saying, if if for the sake of argument, just throwing this in there, but for the sake of argument, if Diz wanted to, I don't know, wanted to talk with somebody that I don't really particularly care for, right? Or that I'm fighting with at the time. Am I going to judge him for that? Am I going to judge him where he goes and where he doesn't go, who he hangs out with and who he doesn't hang out with? No, I'm not. Because people have judged me like that all my fucking life, and I get sick of it. I get tired of hearing it. I get tired of putting up with it. I get tired of listening to it day in, day out, day in, day out. It gets bothersome. It gets tiresome. It gets aggravating. Nobody needs to judge anybody on where they go, on who they hang out with, or on what they do on the fucking internet. You know, yeah, of course, people talk shit. That's what they do. That's what a lot of these people do. They do talk crap on each other. But guess what? At the end of the day, are they truly your friends? Or are they just faking it just to make it? Like they fake it in the chat because they figured, well, I don't have anywhere else to go, so I'll just fake it. I'll just fake like I like them, you know, and just stick around. You know, basically, you know, here's what it is. I'm just here for the free ice cream, you know. That's it. Once the ice cream wears out, runs out, then they disappear. Then they're gone. You know, seriously, man. Most people are here for the full ride, and most people are here just to get through. You know, most people are here just to get dropped off at the next stop. And I get it. I understand the whole thing. But like I said, who the fuck are you to tell where somebody goes and where somebody doesn't go? Who somebody hangs out with and who somebody doesn't hang out with? Who are we to say anything to anybody about that? You know, seriously. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Nasty people attract nasty energy. Good people attract good energy. You are the energy that you attract daily. You are the exact epitome of the energy that you put out into the universe. It's you. It's all you. Nobody else does it. Nobody else says it. Nobody else invents it. It's all you. And it's all your own responsibility. You know, we all are responsible for our own actions on this platform. We all are. And here's the question that you should be asking yourself. Am I doing all this really for me, or am I doing all this for someone else? Am I really doing what I love, or just going with the sheeple and just doing whatever it is that's on the docket, whatever it is that's on the menu for today? You know, because it's true. It's true. And think about it. Think about it logically. Think about it truthfully. When we're really in an online situation, do we control the situation, or are we going to let the situation control us? That's a pretty deep subject, isn't it? But yet a lot of us alienate each other and alienate ourselves from other people because we just, because we refuse to be in the gang mentality. And therefore we get isolated. We get ostracized. We get purposely just sent off to a place where, the other day, I forgot to tell you about this. I remember one time when I was live streaming. This was a long time ago, way a long time ago. When I was live streaming, you know exactly what happened? You know exactly what occurred that day? Somebody went on my panel, right? Just a chit chat. They were on my panel for less than 30 seconds and got threatened, and they had to leave. Because basically they were in this gangland mentality, and they were saying, hey, you ain't supposed to hang around with the people that we beefing with. If you hang around them, you out. You are not welcome here no more. Really? Really, dude? Really? That is the way things are going to be run? That's the way things are going to be just acted upon anymore? Really? So that means in any situation at all, nobody has the right to be an individual. Nobody has the right to think and feel for themselves. They're basically, well, I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do? Not everybody can basically tell you exactly what you need to do and how you need to do it. You've got to make it for yourself. You've got to think for yourself. You've got to feel for yourself. Because ain't no one else going to do it, man. You've got to get rid of the gang life mentality and say, look, I don't need a group of people just to make me feel better. I don't need a group of people just to make me famous on here or to make me something of myself on here. I don't need that. I never needed it. That's the whole thing. None of us need that gang life mentality. But yet people get so into these little groups, these little cliques, these little corner people. And they're like, well, if you're not with us, then you're against us. And blah, 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 blah. Is that right? Who are we to judge anybody when we can't even judge ourselves and the own things and our own things that we're doing and saying? Seriously, dude. Think about it logically. Think about everything in a logical sense, what I'm saying. I mean, isn't it better to be an individual? Yeah, you're going to feel like, yeah, you're alone, you're this and that, you're this and that. But guess what? You're never alone, because there's always going to be people that have been in your similar situation, that have felt your similar things that you're going through. And guess what? You guys connect. You guys make connections. You guys basically reach out to one another and come across other people that are going through the same stuff that you're going through. And then guess what? You wind up building your own community there. Plain and simple. And that is the greatest feeling in your whole entire life. I think that's what it is. I think that's exactly what it is. Dare to be an individual. Dare to have individuality. Which is, hard for a lot of people. Because they're used to the gangland mentality. When, to be honest, guys, you don't have to be in like that. You don't have to do like that. Be an individual. Dare to be an individual. Dare to introduce creativity by your own imagination. You don't need to copy off of what someone else says or what someone else does or what someone else is doing. No, you don't. Just be yourself and be the beautiful person that you are, that you were meant to be. And you would see that the world is so much of a better place when you're a free spirit, when you're free to create whatever you want to create, when you're free to do whatever you want to do, instead of, waiting for the approval of other people. You don't need that. Nobody needs that. Look at me here. Example, look at me here. I have one person in the chat, and that's Diz. And that's it. Think I'm crying about it? No. Because I don't care. Whether I have one person in the chat, nobody in the chat, that's fine. It's fine, because I'm going to be speaking my mind regardless of whether people like it or not. Because I dare to be an individual. I dare to have my own personal opinion, my own personal way of thinking. I don't need other people's approval for this. I don't need to have people, micromanaging me, saying that, oh, this guy is saying this all wrong. This guy's doing this all wrong. Blah, blah, blah. No. No. I don't roll that way. And I've never rolled that way. Ever since I was born, I've never rolled that way. Even when I was growing up, when I was in nursery school and things like that. And my mom would always tell me, my dad always told me too, when all the other kids were playing, messing around, doing all this, I was in a corner just playing by myself, just entertaining myself. Because I didn't need a crowd to do it. I didn't need a bunch of people to give me the okay to do what I'm doing. I didn't. I was happy with just being an individual. I was born that way. You know, my real mom and dad, all they did was give me life. That's all they did. They weren't responsible for what I did with it, but they just gave me life. It was my parents that adopted me is what made a difference, because they taught me morals, values, and ethics that nobody else could teach me. Everything that I've learned to this day, I've practically learned myself. I've learned to depend on myself. I've learned to be by myself. I've learned to basically do everything myself. I've learned to depend on nobody for nothing. Ask nothing and get nothing in return. Because I don't expect anything. I don't expect anything. I don't ask for nothing. All I want in life is just decent people to talk to every day. That's all. That's all I want. It's pretty, pretty easy. Standard issue. No big deal. And I'll tell you what, Diz, throughout all the crap that's been going on, throughout all the garbage that's been going on, I got to tip my hat to you, Diz, because it's good people like you that make this world worth living. It's good people like you that make me keep going every day. Just wanted you to know that. And also, sis, if you're listening to this, I'll never be mad at you. I'll never talk crap on you. I'll never speak ill about you. You're a very, very remarkable young lady. It's a shame that, things didn't work out. It's a shame that, this didn't happen the way we wanted it to. And I'm sorry, Sorry if I hurt you. Sorry if I made you feel bad. I'm sorry for a lot of things, man. But like I said, I don't wish any ill will on the poor gal because she's going through enough. She's going through enough in her personal life, and she doesn't need me to add to it. But like I said, I wish her nothing but the best. I wish her nothing but whatever she wants and truly desires in her heart. And I do admit, my sister was a great, great, huge part of my life. She was. She still is to this day. Even though we're not talking, even though we're distanced from each other, still, I don't give a fuck. I'll still hold her in my heart. Because that shit just doesn't go away. That shit just doesn't disappear. It's still going to be there no matter what. I'll still love my sister no matter what, man. And I don't give a fuck who likes it and who doesn't. I don't give a fuck who hates it and who doesn't. I still can't help it, you know. I hold no ill will towards anybody, and I'm going to stick with that. No matter what, I'm staying to it. You know, whether people like me or not, whether people hate me or not, or whatever, it's fine. Ah, thanks, Diz. I appreciate it. You know, like I said, I'm not the world's most perfect person in the world. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. But I guarantee you, I'm not the dullest. I'm not. And for people that just go along with the group and just don't have their own individuality, I feel sorry for you because you're missing out on great opportunities in your life. You're missing out on great things to happen to you because you're still stuck in the same thing, saying the same stuff, going in the same circles, you know, circle jerking each other, thinking that, oh, I'm cool because I'm in the in crowd. I'm cool because I'm with the people that are the cool kids, you know. Millsy, how's it going? Good to see you, love. How have you been? Hold on a minute. I shouldn't let my hammer look. There you go. Had to straighten up my shovel. There we go. So how's it going, Mills? How have you been, honey? See, Mills is another person that is happy to be an individual. I remember she used to do beautiful streams. She has a great, beautiful, you know, mentality, everything. I remember I was in a few of her chats and I used to have so much fun just talking to her, just hanging with her because I don't know what it was, but she just always made just by doing what she did, doing what she was doing. She made that chat the most calmest and the most wonderful chat that I've ever been in. I went in there and I didn't feel scared. I didn't feel resented. I didn't feel like I was going to get attacked everywhere. I felt one thing, and that was respected. And that's a rarity on this platform. Mills, you're a very, very wonderful gal. And your husband is very, very lucky to have a wonderful gal like you. And I'm glad you got, because, you know, your husband's a wonderful person too, man. You know, you guys don't hold grudges. You guys don't, you know, go with the in crowd. No, you guys are daring as individuals. And that's something that's rare amongst these parts. You know, Mills goes everywhere. She doesn't get into people's bullshit and into people's crap. No. She stays as an unbiased individual. Of course, she'll speak her opinion. But at the same time, she's a very, very sweet lady. And I'm very blessed to have known her. and to have her as a good friend. You know? But like I said, you know, the people that come on here, we respect each other as individuals. We respect each other as fellow creators, as friends. Because we've all developed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Nilsy. Like I said, you know, if I was, you know, a little younger, a little less mentally messed up, and a little bit more fit, shoot, I'd have gone out on a date with you. So I think you'd have been a good date. You never know. But then again, I say that way with just about all women. But, you know, too old, too fat, too ugly to be running around anymore. And also because I'm happily married, so. But you know what's funny? I always say, you know, if I was single, I'd do this. If I was single, I'd do that. If I was single, I'd do this. But would I really do it? To be honest, I really don't know. I honestly would not know. I mean, if I was single, yeah, I'd probably, you know, I'd probably date a few women around here, you know, like, hey, I'm bored, you know, call up somebody and say, hey, you want to go out somewhere and just, I don't know, just hang out. You know, just, even if Diz lived around here, shit, I'd be like, Diz, are you doing anything? I'm bored. You want to go like to Burger King or go catch a movie or go do something? Fuck. Do something at least. Go around the mall and kind of cruise for a little bit, you know? Just do something to kind of kill some time, you know? I wouldn't mind. You know, because that's basically, if I was single, that's probably what I'd look for. It's just someone to pal around with, hang around with, and just do stuff with, you know? Because I used to have one of my, a real best friend, a really good friend of mine. And unfortunately, you know, he and I kind of had a falling out due to a girl messing it up naturally. And then my dumbass, he went into the service, and then after that, he just disappeared. And I lost contact with him and never saw him again. I've been trying to search him, look for him. I can't find anything on Facebook. I can't find anything anywhere. And he was one of my best friends, man. And I miss him a lot, like a brother, man. But thank you, Diz. I appreciate it. But like I said, you know, if I was truly single, I wouldn't know what to do, man. Like I said, I'd just hang around with people just to, you know, just to hang out, you know, just not to get anything serious or do anything. you know, just to hang out with people, you know, just to be pals, you know. Now, at this point, if something happens, I'd be fucked, but that's just me. I'm trying to, I wish I could show you guys what I'm doing, but my fucking phone. My phone won't let me turn on my camera for some reason. I don't know why. It just won't let me turn on my camera. I'm pressing the camera button. It's not turning on, damn it. It's starting to piss me off. But anyway, I was just wanted to get the point of the gang mentality that, you know, we don't have to be that way, dude. We don't. Life's too short. You know, it's tough enough just to be yourself and be your own individual. That's the toughest thing you could ever do in your life. Be yourself and be your own individuality, man. And that's pretty much it. I don't know why, Pressure, you're barking at the door when there's nobody there to open it but me. Aurora, you're staying out, the little terror. What? What? Yeah, Pressure wants back out. He regrets coming back in now. Anyway, guys, I'm about ready to head out. So you guys take care. Much love. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. And as usual, thank you for watching. Later, guys. Bye.